Tonight on the HPT, we're at the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa in St. Charles, Missouri, where a field of 407 entries generated a prize pool of nearly $600,000. Going out in ninth place was teacher and property manager Mary Sturgis of Rolla, Missouri. Short-stacked and facing an under-the-gun raise from Ari Engel, Mary went all in with Queen Jack and was called by Ari's ace tray. The flop brought an ace 6 and a deuce, and with a tray on the turn, Mary's tournament was over, but not for nothing. She walked away with nearly $13K. Our 8th place finisher was Forestville, Missouri native Nicholas Weber. Good news, bad news, holding a pair of deuces, Nick flops bottom set. The bad news, Ari Engel flops a set of jacks. Both players check, turn card is the king of spades, and that's when the fireworks started. A bet, a raise, a re-raise all in. Ari makes the call. Nick needed to hit quads on the river to stay alive, but it wasn't meant to be. He goes home with just over $15,000. And finally, our 7th place finisher, making his second appearance at an HPT final table this year, was none other than Robert Geith. Running low on chips, Robert shoved all in on the button with Queen 8 suited, and perhaps to the surprise of no one, Ari Engel and his ace 10 suited was there to make the call. Both players flopped a pair. Unfortunately for Robert, Ari paired his ace, and with no help on the turn or river, Robert was sent packing, bringing with him more than $18,000. We've got 6 players left and a whole lot of cash to give away, and the action starts right now on the HPT. Hi everybody, it's James Larson alongside Kenneth James, and welcome to the HPT. This week we're just down the road from St. Louis, here in one of your favorite little places in the entire country, St. Charles, Missouri, here at the Ameristar Casino.
Yeah, this is a classic old town with brick streets still intact from the 1800s. It's a beautiful setting for our competition tonight.
We've had a lot of great meals, we've had a lot of fun, seen some friends, and most importantly, the poker action has been red hot. We started with over 400 entries, and now we are down to our final 6.
And leading the pack right now is Ari Engel, a consummate professional. He's going to try and take it wire to wire, but there's 5 other competitors out there that want to take it away from him.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight on the HPT. We're glad you're with us. So with no further ado, let's meet the rest of the final table, and most importantly, take a look at the prize pool.
Up top, over $130,000 on down to 6th place, $22,251.
Great to be back here at the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa, St. Charles. Ari Engel leading the pack right now with over $4.5 million in chips. That's 92 big blinds, so he's leading right now. We'll see if he can keep that lead and capture his 2nd HPT title.
Yeah, he's really got a huge advantage going into this final table.
Ari with over $4.5 million in career earnings, trying to add to that tonight. Matthew's going to open up here with King, Queen of clubs, raises to $105,000.
And look at Derek here with the 9-8 suited connectors. These are so tempting to play, and he has the button, so he's going to flat here in position.
Now action over to Andrew in the small blind. Looks down at ace 9. He's going to fold his hand.
Interesting. Now, he could have opted to either call there, play it as a multi-way, or even contemplate a squeeze and really raise the size of the pot and try and take it pre-flop.
Steven defends in the big blind, and we go to the flop. It's 6-4 deuce. And Steven is going to check over to Matthew. We'll see if the continuation bet comes from Matt.
And Steven's got a gutter ball. He's hoping that it's a smallish bet around $100,000 to keep him in this pot, I'm sure.
Matt bets $125,000. Action now over to Derek.
Derek, not really much going on in this board. He's got 2 overs, a backdoor straight, and flush draw, but he has position, and he's got to make the call and kind of float this flop.
And now over to Steven here. He's going to make the call.
Now, Derek is really floating here. He's hoping that his opponents show weakness on the turn, check to him, and he can pick it up with a bet on the turn.
Turn card now is the King of Hearts.
And that's not going to happen as Matthew pairs, makes top pair here with his King-Queen.
Steven checks. Now over to Matt.
I'm all in.
And now he's going to go all in, Ken, and that should be enough to get Derek out of the way.
Yeah, his float becomes a sink.
Steven's going to fold as well. So the first pot of the night is going to go to Matthew Donaldson, the 30-year-old compliance officer from Kansas City, Missouri. Great to be back here at the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa St. Charles. And how about this total prize pool? Almost $578,000.
It's a lot of cash, I'm telling you. You know, for a guy, young kid from Michigan who worked to make $20,000 all year long.
Right.
To seeing one of these guys make it in one night is, it's beautiful.
All right, Ari's going to open up here with his 10 deuce. He's going to raise to $115,000.
You know, and that's discipline. And discipline, just sticking with your plan. You've got a big stack. You're leveraging it. You're putting your opponents to the test. People think discipline sometimes is just playing premium cards. It's not. It's staying true to what you're doing.
Steven makes the call in the small blind. Matthew is going to protect the big here, and he makes the call. So 3 players going to the flop. You can see our tournament director in the background there, Jeremy Smith. The flop is ace, queen, 8, couple of hearts.
Well, Steven now with the flush draw, and Matthew with top pair. I don't think Ari's going to wrestle this pot away from either one of these guys, and he rightly checks.
All 3 players checking that flop, so we go to the turn card. It's the 7 of diamonds. And now Steven in the 1 seed here. He's reaching for chips.
Looks like he's going to make a semi-bluff because neither of his opponents in position showed any strength. So he's going to try and win this pot without necessarily making his hand.
He's going to make a bet of $180,000.
Not going to work, obviously, as Matt here with top pair.
And Ari's going to get out of the way. Matt does make the call, so we're heads up now to the river card.
Steven looking for a 10, an 8, or a heart.
River card now is the 9 of clubs.
Now this is a really tough spot for Steven because he probably realizes his 8's no good, but does he bluff it or does he shut down? Looks like he's going to go ahead and make a 2-barrel bluff here.
Yeah, the pot was about $730. That gets it up to about $1 million. Should he have bet a few more chips there, or were you happy with that size bet?
I actually prefer a check and a shutdown because he's beating, you know, all other draws. He's going to hate this.
He's going to hate this. Matthew does make the call, and he's going to take down the pot. Steven decides to bluff there on the end. He didn't check and cost him a few chips. And that can get expensive over time, can't it?
Absolutely. If your bluffs go bad, it ends up costing you a lot of money. So knowing when to, you know, throw the 2nd barrel or triple barrel bluff out there and when to just shut down is key.
All right, Matt Donaldson now looks down at pocket kings. And he's going to raise it up to $115,000. Is that the standard raise in 25-50 at this stage?
Yeah.
Is that about right?
That's right. 2.5. You know, some players, as the antes go up, like to bump it up to 3x. But they call that more old school, you know, 3 and 4x times the big blind pre-flop is more old school. These days, 2.25 to 2.5.
Steven's going to defend in the big blind with his 4 tray.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah, I guess he's happy he did that. The flop comes out 8-4 tray.
Yeah, and Matthew could be in real big trouble here with pocket kings because not only does he have the overpair, but there's a possible flush and straight draw out there, so it's going to be very difficult for him to put his opponent on 2-pair here.
Steven checks. Matthew bets $200,000.
Nick will get out of the way here with nothing but 2 overcards. But Steven, how should he play this? Should he go for the check raise here, or is he just going to flat? I'm guessing by how he played his last hand that he's just going to.
Well, now he's going to go all in.
See?
He's announced all in.
This is great. You see, this is a great play because it makes it look in his opponent's mind like he's got the flush draw.
Exactly. So now this should probably be an easy call for Matt, and he is going to do that. He's going to see the bad news here as Steven's ahead with his 2-pair 4s and trays. Just a bad flop there for Matthew with pocket kings. We go to the turn card, and it's the king of clubs.
Well, when you catch a bad flop, you better catch a good turn.
Bad flop, but good turn for Matthew. Steven stands up, and we go to the river card. It's the 7 of spades. That is going to be it. Steven is taking his microphone off. He is obviously not very happy. Going home in 6th place, $22,251.
Well, he really got blindsided there.
Welcome back to the HBT. This week we're at the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa St. Charles here in beautiful St. Charles, Missouri. James Larson alongside Kenna James. This is one of my favorite places to visit in the entire country, my friend.
I love it. The downtown here, it's like stepping back in time.
It is so nice, laid back, but the poker action's hot.
It is. One quick comment about the streets here. They're brick. They're like the original brick from the 1800s. You got to come. You got to come see it. It's wonderful being here.
All right, Derek with his King 10 is going to go all in right after the commercial break. Now action over to Andy in the 9 seed. He's going to fold his Reggie Queen tray. Now over to Matt with Jack 10. He gets out of the way.
Wow, and pretty easily, too.
Yeah,
Jack 10 finds the muck like it's like 4 deuce off suit.
Well, I would have been in the tank for a minute there, if not instant calling with Jack 10.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a terrible player.
Well, here we have Derek and Andy both on shorter stacks, right around 20 big blinds. So they're going to be in 20 big blind strategy, which means when they're playing, they're probably playing for keeps.
Action over to Ari Engel, who's going to raise it up here to 115,000 with his Queen 10.
And now that we're 5-handed, I would say Queen 10 is about the average hand dealt here, maybe a little bit on the high side, so he's got to feel good. Not only with his chip position.
We're playing. Let's see a flop.
Nick says we're going to play. He's going to defend. Makes the call here with Jack 9, so it's Ari and Nick. Heads up to the flop. The flop is 9-7 trade. Nicholas catches a piece of that.
A big piece, and Ari quickly gets out of the way.
Yeah, before Nick can even get the chips in the middle, Ari folds his hand. So a lot of cash up top tonight, $132,917. Now, Kenna, do you remember your first big 6-figure score?
I do. It was $100,000 exactly at the Bellagio, and it was I think it was a $1,000 buy-in event, but on that table was Eric Seidel, one of my heroes. So I ended up winning the event, winning $100,000, and
then you lost 40 of it on the golf course the next week, or hopefully you doubled it up.
I didn't even get to the golf course.
Really?
Oh yeah, I lost 40 of it before I left the pit.
The good old days. All right, the action continues. We're playing 25-50 with a 5K. Matt's going to raise it up to 115,000. Nicholas makes the call, and now Ari in the big blind looks down at ace-4 of diamonds.
He could play this either way. He's out of position here. He could flat, which he does, to see a flop, or he could elect to try and squeeze. He's certainly capable of doing either one. He just takes this line in this particular hand.
And the flop is Queen 9 tray, couple of diamonds. Nicholas pairs his queens, and Ari with the nut flush draw.
And this is the interesting part of these types of situations. Had Ari squeezed, he would have loved this flop. Now, he's going to have to compete with Nicholas, who's in there with top pair. So does he just call here, or does he raise?
And now all in by Ari.
Well, that question was answered very quickly, as now he puts his opponent to a decision for all his chips.
Nicholas in the lead with his pair of queens.
I got you here.
And remember, this is a $9,000, almost $10,000 difference.
And Nicholas is going to fold. Ari wins the hand.
Yeah, between 5th and 4th. And so these players are very conscious of that. Do I really want to make a call and be wrong here and lose $10,000?
I had the best hand right there. I was scared. Had a bad pre-flop end.
Oh, I like it, Ari. I like it. Ari's really commanding this table right now. He's got the chip lead, and he's really on cruise control, which is a good feeling, Kenna.
It really is. When you're in a position like he is, and being able to leverage it, which is another whole aspect. Leverage your position. Use your position to your advantage is very important.
Now Nicholas is going to raise to 125,000. Over to Ari with ace queen.
All of a sudden, Ari is going to look like the playground bully here to Nicholas.
And we know Ari's been here before. 3 years ago this month, he won an HBT event here in Missouri at River City, and now he's going to raise all in. Look at this. Derek on the short stack with ace-king. This should probably be a pretty easy decision for him.
Yeah, but he's making it look a little more difficult because he wants action.
So Derek's all in. Nicholas gets out of the way.
And what I meant is he wanted action from Nicholas. He wanted the additional action, which he didn't get.
So Derek and Ari, Derek with the best of it here. Ace-King going up against Ace-Queen. But Ari's been running real well tonight. We'll see if he can outflop his opponent. And it's not going to happen there. 7-5-4, couple of spades. Derek looking to double up and keep his tournament hopes alive.
Yeah, he's really got Ari in bad shape here. We go to the turn.
Turn card is the Queen of Hearts.
My.
Just like that.
I mean,
Just like that. Ari goes in the lead.
the deck just wanted to disagree with me.
One card to go here for Derek.
Oh,
And it's
my.
not going to do it. The 9 of Hearts. Derek is going to be eliminated, going out in 5th place. $28,608. And Kenna, everything is going the way of Ari Engel.
It usually does.
Welcome back to the HBT. James Larson alongside Kenny James here at the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa, St. Charles. And the action continues. Blinds and Annie's going up now 30-60 with a 10K.
And while we're away, they've chipped up. We've now introduced the teal. The teal color is 100,000 apiece, as you can see them on top of Matt's stack right there. And those orange 25K, the white are 5K.
All right, so Nicholas makes the call over to Ari now. What do you think he should do here, Kenna?
Well, it's interesting. You know, he's chosen to flat. This time it looks like he's 3-betting. He is really putting the pressure on Nicholas. As you can see, Nicholas goes right to the rail.
And Nicholas is going to make the call here.
And you see his body language
Yeah.
again? He's like really deflated in it because Ari has really put the pressure on him.
All right, let's go to the flop. It's Jack 5 tray, couple of hearts.
Well, I think this might be where Nicholas finally takes a stand.
And Nicholas
checks.
is going to check over to Ari.
I imagine Ari will c-bet here, and Nicholas is going to probably look to get his chips into the middle on a semi-bluff.
Ari makes a bet of 180,000.
Very important for Nicholas to put the pressure back on his opponent and raise here,
He's
and
just
not
going
just
to make
call.
the call, though.
He
He's
is?
just going to make the call.
Wow. So he's going to play it just as if, oh, now.
Well, turn card is the 10 of hearts, and now Nicholas is going to check over to Ari, and Ari might smell something here. We'll see what he decides to do. But nope, he is going to continue to fire, grabbing chips.
And here he goes on the turn. One of the great things about Ari's game is in bad turn cards or that don't help your hand, he continues to put pressure on his opponents.
Nick says all in, one stack for me.
And now Nick kind of smiles, licks around, and then he says, I'm all in. And that's kind of a tell right there that you've probably got a pretty big hand.
You've made your hand. Absolutely good point.
You know, he was smiling. He was very confident. He wasn't trying to disguise it. I think he was just ready to end it right there and start stacking chips. Now, Nicholas, obviously one of our more amateur players at the table, just 8,000 in total career winnings. So this is new for him. He's into this thing on a $200 qualifier, but it's just got to be awesome for him. Right now, min cash, almost $38,000.
That's a big jump in paydays.
All right, now over to Ari, who won here in Missouri 3 years ago. He's trying to strike twice here in this great state. He's going to raise to $135,000.
He strikes everywhere he goes. I mean, this is just one of the great young players of the game, winning consistently.
You're right about that. Very consistent, very dedicated. Flop now is Queen, Jack 6, couple of clubs.
Yeah, and Andrew's got a strong hold on this pot, except for the betting. Notice Ari is always betting, always putting his opponents to decisions, even if he has the worst hand.
The bet is $125,000. Andrew makes the call, pot of over $500,000. And now that is the card, the 9 of clubs. So both players now making a straight.
Yeah, and this is going to spell big trouble for Ari here. He's going to think he has the best hand, I'm sure.
Ari bets $275,000.
All in.
And now Andrew's all in.
Interesting. Both of his opponents may be overplaying their hands, but Andrew, he does maybe not want another
call.
club to come off on the river.
And Ari's going to make the call, and he's going to see the bad news. There's no way he can win this pot. He can chop with a king.
To the river we go.
And the river card is the Queen of Hearts. So Andrew is going to win that pot of almost 4 million chips.
A big turn of events here. on the HPT, as really Ari running into a buzzsaw. And sometimes when you're overly aggressive in certain spots, this is the penalty you have to pay when your opponents make their hands.
Blinds are 40,000, 80,000 with a 10K ante. James Larson alongside Kenneth James. If you want to join us here on the old HPT, why not give it a shot? Check out the webpage at hptpoker.com.
And action on Nicholas, who elects to just flatten the small blind. I'd prefer him putting his opponent to the test. But now Ari is going to flip the script. And now he calls with 9 high.
Yes.
I don't like this play by Nicholas.
No, so Ari shoves here with his king 6. Nicholas makes the call. The flop comes out. Ace, jack 9, couple of diamonds.
Well, Nicholas out flopping his opponent. And things just not going well for Ari. He needs a king to stay into this event.
Turn card now is the 7 of clubs, so one more card to go for Ari Engel. Otherwise, he'll be eliminated in 4th place.
Looks like he's looking at the writing on the wall. To the river we go.
And that river card is the king of spades. The king of spades on the river. Ari's going to win the hand. He's right back in this thing, a pot of almost 1.5 million chips.
730.
Wow, just when you think the nail is in the coffin, he kicks open the door, crawls back out, and it's Lazarus all over again.
And look at Nick. He just buries his head in his hands, and he says, well, I guess I got to play another hand. We're not going to get rid of Ari yet.
No, and you know, to be fair, I didn't like the way he played that hand anyway. But now we're back in the present time here on the button. He moves all in with Queen Jack of Hearts.
Folded around now to Matthew with king 4.
King high, 4-handed. This is usually a call, especially with his chips, and he makes it.
Yeah.
And you can see the percentages. It's basically 50-50.
Right. Nicholas with the queen jack of hearts going up against Matt's king high. We go to the flop, and right in the window is a queen. It comes out queen 10-8, couple of diamonds.
Look at this. It's anything but whatever on Nicholas's hat, as his tournament life is on the line. He's got to dodge a king or running diamonds.
Turn card is the deuce of spades. We know what happened on the last time on the river. Nicholas is hoping that doesn't happen here. He's standing up. He's smiling.
Hoping that the river doesn't bring a king to the river we go.
River card is the ace of spades. So Nicholas dodges that bullet. He's going to hang around a little while longer, and we're going to step aside for a quick commercial break. When we come back, more exciting HPT action. We're playing for a whole lot of cash tonight right here on the HBT as we broadcast from the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa St. Charles. It's the James Gang, James Larson and Kenneth James.
Great to be here with you, James. If you notice just over his shoulder there, we got a shot of Greg Radosh. He's last year's winner of this event. Great to have him back. I'm sure he's not happy to be on the rail, but I like to see that he's taken in the action.
Yeah, he's made 2 final tables in a row because he's not at the final table, but he's in
Right.
the crowd at a final table. So not really the same, but kind of the same. Back to the action. I digress. Andrew raises the 200,000. Now over to Matthew with Jack 10 suited, which is a nice, pretty little hand, 4-handed when you're at the final table.
Absolutely, and the interesting dynamic here is we got the 2 big stacks going, you know, toe-to-toe with each other, which is a lot of times you want to avoid when you're in these spots. You want to go after the short stacks.
Flop is Jack 9-6. Andrew will be first to act. He paired his 9, but Matthew paired his Jack.
So he's got top pair, and he's got control of this pot.
He's going to bet 225,000. See if Matthew decides to raise here. Not a whole lot of banter among the players. Have you noticed that, Ken? It's all business here at this final table.
It really is, and especially with these 2 chip leaders here, is he just calls. He wants to manage the pot. He wants to keep the pot, you know, manageable and not let it get away from him.
Turn card, 6 of hearts. Andrew reaching for chips. He's going to bet 350,000.
And since you know, Matt didn't raise him on the flop, he probably thinks he's still good here, and then his opponent's on a draw like 7-8, Queen 10, King Queen, but he's certainly not going to like that call on the turn, so I expect him to shut down and check the river here.
River card is the 7 of hearts. Once again, Andrew first to act. You see that 0 after his name, but he's reaching for chips. He bets 450,000.
I don't like this bet. He's only going to get called when he's beat. And sure enough, Matthew makes the call and is going to show him the bad news.
Matt's going to win the hand. Matt, we talked about it before, is from Kansas City, Missouri. He's 30 years old. He's a compliance officer. What does that actually mean, a compliance officer?
He's into compliance, and that's a perfect hand. He really managed that pot well and maximized, his chips in that pot, and really played the hand really well.
Matt, hoping to be our next HPT champion. Your winner tonight, by the way, 132,917. And as I was saying that, you heard Nicholas say, I'm all in with pocket nines. And now over to Andrew, who's got a pocket pair as well.
Yeah, so it looks like Andrew is probably going to make the call because he's got a pair, but he's going to see the bad news because he's going to be a 80-20 dog in this pot. 81-18 as the numbers come up officially.
No deuces.
Look at Nicholas is having fun out there, man, as he should. We go to the flop now, and it's King 8-5.
No clubs, no clubs.
Look, he's grabbing his heart. He's holding on for dear life, even as an 86% favorite as we go to the turn. He's just gotta avoid the ducks.
It's never easy, my friend. Let's go to that turn card. It's the 6 of hearts. One more street for Nicholas. He's just got to dodge one of the remaining deuces.
Thank God. No deuce.
He needs his own reality show. I like this guy. We go to the river card. I thought it was going to be a deuce, but it's not. It's the 5 of clubs, so Nicholas is going to double up and once again keep his tournament hopes alive. He sits back down.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go home. He's having a good time.
Well, none of these players do. In the short stack, if you notice, you can't get rid of them. They keep doubling up.
Well, and think about the money, Kenna. Right now, if you're eliminated, about 38,000.
Right.
First place, about 133,000.
And how about the story within the story? Because the difference between fourth and third is nearly $20,000.
Right.
And here, Andrew moving all in with ace deuce of diamonds, and Matthew considering the call with ace 8.
Matt is going to make the call.
Wow, look at this. The
And now-
action just nonstop here on this final table. And once again, another player is threatened to be eliminated. This time it's Andrew.
All right, we go to the flop now. It's King 8-6, so Matthew's hand gets better, and Andrew just throws his hand in the air. He's not happy.
No, I think this is looking very grim as Andrew only a 1% chance to survive.
And the turn card is going to be the dagger. That's the 8 of spades. Matt is going to win the hand, and that will eliminate Andrew, going out in fourth place with $37,855. When we come back, our final 3 will battle it out, and we'll find out who our new HPT champion is going to be. Welcome back to the HPT. James Larson alongside Kenna James. And Kenna, Matt Donaldson is up on top.
Absolutely. Interesting chip dynamics here as Ari now on the short stack, but you can never count him out. Boy, he is a consummate professional.
We come to you from the Ameristar Casino Resort Spa, St. Charles. We are down to, like I said, our final 3. We started with 407 entrants, a prize pool of almost 578,000. Matt's going to raise it up to 225,000. And now over to Ari, who says he's all in with his King 10.
Yeah, and this is pretty standard, three-handed. So Ari's going to really need some luck of the cards, and he's due it, too, at this point, as he's going to find himself with 37% equity as we go to the flop.
All right, and the flop is Jack 9-6, couple of diamonds.
Ari loses a little ground here, but still now he's got the gut shot for the straight. A king will put him in, either one of those cards will put him into the lead.
Turn card is one of those cards right there. However,
Wow.
it is a diamond, the queen of diamonds, so 3 diamonds on board. Matt can win the hand with any diamond here.
But Ari moving now to an 80% favorite as we go to the river.
And that river card is the 4 of spades, so you're not going to get rid of Ari Engel that easily.
No.
Remember, he won in this same state just about 35 miles down the road at River City Casino. He was our HPT champion, and he's trying to do it once again at the expense here of Matt and Nicholas.
Getting Ari out of a tournament is like removing an abscess tooth with a spoon. Not easy to do.
It's not easy to do, and Ari was so calm and cool during that entire hand there. Even as his tournament life is at risk, he doesn't stand up. He doesn't look scared. He doesn't look nervous. He's just playing his game. That's what he does.
It's an important point, James. In the heat of the battle, you can't lose composure. You got to just stay calm. And in that spot, it's just another spot when, even though the action is finished, he allows what's going to happen to happen.
Right. Let's go to the flop. It's Queen 7-6. Nicholas gets the best of that. He's going to check over to Ari.
Well, Ari in these spots has been betting, but now on the shorter stack, he slows down and checks it back.
Turn card now is the ace of diamonds. Nicholas is going to put out a couple $100,000. Ari here with the flush draw.
Very interesting how this hand is played. First of all, Nicholas had the best hand, checked it, and now when he can be beat, he bet it. And now Ari has picked up the flush draw and is going to semi-bluff, which is going to probably work because he now has the ace and is representing the ace, which is going to put Nicholas in a tough spot. This is a beautifully played hand drawn out by Ari here.
And that's not the first time we've seen Nicholas lay down the best hand to Ari Engel. There's a lot of respect there by Nicholas, and we got to give credit to Ari.
Unlucky.
I think he's outplaying him.
Well, certainly in that spot, he absolutely did. And in many occasions, his aggressiveness has won the day.
Matt looks down at the old 7 deuce. Come on, Matt. Give it the old college try. You never know. He's going to fold. Now over to Nicholas, who once again just having a good time, laughing, smiling, telling jokes. His hat says whatever, ...
Giving it a PG. Okay.
Ari having a good time right back at him. He's wearing a shirt that says Trips.
Right, yeah, exactly. But as Ari's having the conversation, you know what he's doing. He's feeling out his opponent.
Yeah.
He's getting to know his opponent.
Well, easy,
looking-
now, easy. Feeling out his
I
opponent.
know. It's a kid's show. It's a family show. I got to be careful. Flop is King 8 deuce. Now, once again, Nicholas with the best of it. And now a king on the turn.
And now,
Same as last hand.
Exactly.
Nicholas is going to bet.
And now Ari, once again, he might elect to play it different this time. He's picked up the flush draw again. For him to semi-bluff here twice in a row,
How many times can he do it to Nicholas?
he doesn't. He does elect to play it straightforward this time. Just makes the call looking for the heart, and he gets it. The
Just
river
like
heart.
that. The river, heart, and now Nicholas wisely checks.
Ari now flushes him out on the river, is going to look for value, but probably not going to get. He might get it.
He might actually get it.
Kings at 8. He does. He does get it.
525 and a quick call and a pot of over 2 million chips going to Ari Engel.
And the reason he got it was his bet sizing. His bet sizing on the river was beautiful here. Wow. He has really taken Nicholas to task.
This is a little bit of a tutorial video tonight here on the old HPT.
Good point.
Blinds are 60,000, 120,000, 15K ante. So glad you joined us. James Larson alongside Kenneth James. And look at this. Pocket kings for Ari Engel.
The Cowboy. So now, after the hand where he semi-bluffed, won it without making his hand, then he made the flush. Now he wakes up with kings. This Nicholas is going to wake up in a nightmare.
And Nicholas does make the call, Kenna, but he's in pretty bad shape as he's going up against the pocket kings of Ari. And we go to the flop. And that flop is a couple of trays and a 9. Nicholas first to act. We'll see if he gets frisky here.
It's looking like he's looking at his chip stack and contemplating a bluff here.
He's going to check over to Ari.
Reason got in the way of a bad move there, but I
Ari's
like
gonna
this.
Check back. I like it too. Ari in his head right now is just thinking, how can I finish this guy off? And that is going to help right there as the jack comes on the turn. The perfect card for Ari.
This is going to elicit a bet from his opponent who thinks he has the best hand. Ari has got to be licking his chops here.
Yeah, the chips are all getting in the middle here. We know that. That's going to be a raise by Ari, and Nicholas is going to have to make this call.
We're all in.
He moves all in. Yeah.
And I think he thinks he's in the lead right now, but
Oh, you dog, you.
you dog, you.
He must be talking about himself.
It could have been, yeah.
Because he's a big dog. He's only got 5% chance
He
to
is
suck
a
out.
big dog. Like I said, that was the perfect card there to get all the chips in the middle. We go to the river now. It's the 4 of hearts. And finally, the man with the alligator blood. I hate to quote Rounders. We stopped doing that years ago. But that man right there, Nick Constantine, going out in third place, $54,615. And when we come back, it's heads up for the title right here on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James and Kenna here at the Ameristar in St. Charles, Missouri. And I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Who do you think's going to win this thing?
Well, I thought at the beginning that Ari was going to run away with this, but how about Matt Donaldson hanging in there, hanging around? I mean, he might have something to say about it. He might just pull a joker out of the deck and come back. Who knows?
Well, it is Texas Hold'em. There's no jokers, but plenty of crazy things can happen. Let's get back to the felt.
And as we start heads-up play, over a $50,000 difference that these two players are playing for. 60 and 120,000 other blinds, 15,000 ante. Matthew with the button looks down at Queen 6.
Will Ari Engel win his second title here in the last 3 years? We'll find out as this heads-up battle has just started. Ari's going to look like he's making the call here with his 6-4 clubs. First hand of heads up.
The battle starts right here, right now, defending from the blind with the 6-4 suited. We go to the flop.
And the flop comes out 9-6-5, so Ari catches a 6, and Matt catches a 6.
Matt's got him out kicked. Going for a value bet with second pair here.
The bet is $225,000.
I expect Ari to call here. He's got enough of this board. He may even decide to raise, put his opponent to a decision, but no, he just calls. And that brings 7-8s into his range, you know, because if he had 8-7, wow.
Look at that turn card, 4 of hearts for Ari, so he goes ahead now in the hand.
This first hand, flames are a-flying.
We go to the river card now. It's the ace of hearts.
It's nearly $1 million pot. Will Ari look for value here? No, he decides to check his 2-pair. Not sure what he's thinking there, maybe setting the tone for later in this heads-up match, letting his opponent know I'm not always going to be betting my 2-pair hands.
And the first pot of heads up is going to go to Ari Engel. I do like that shirt. It says Trips on it.
you gotta love trips, especially when you're playing heads up.
Wow, our studio audience is thinned down now to just 3 people out there. So.
Well, it's getting late. These players have been playing all day. They've played so long to get to this point, and now each one of these trying to finish it off.
Ari's going to raise it up with 8 tray of clubs, $140,000 as you see for Matt to make the call.
You know, we've talked a lot about Ari, but how about Matt? He's really played great poker to get to this point, a very disciplined game.
Matt is 30 years old, $28,000 in total career winnings. He's going to re-raise a 3-bet to $725,000.
And he's got the hand. He's putting it right back on Ari. This time, very selective aggression and a good spot for Ari to get away there, and he does.
A couple of young guns here at the table. Ari, 33 years old. Matt is 30 years old. But Ari, you look at Hendon Mob, almost $5 million in career earnings.
It's a lot of cash.
Very impressive. What were you making at age 33 when you were managing that Wendy's?
About $26,000 a year. About what, you know, 6th place paid here.
Well, the world needs ditch diggers too, Kenna.
Well, thank you.
Matthew's going to raise with his 4 tray up to $260,000. Thank you, Judge Smales. Now over to Ari with ace 4, makes the call, and the flop is 8-6-5, couple of hearts. Ari's going to check over to Matt.
And now with Matt with a open-ended straight and flush draw, this should probably be played like it's a made hand. As you can see, he's a 53% favorite, even with 4 high at this point.
And let's not forget, he's a compliance officer.
He's going to comply and play it as a made hand and make the bet.
Not really sure what that does in the poker world, but Ari's going to make the call now. So a pot of over 1 million chips. And we go to the turn card. It's the 9 of diamonds.
Now, this could be a great bluff card for Ari, at least in his mind. I don't think it will work, though. Obviously, Matt has got way too much here with a straight and flush draw, and it's just a matter. Ari does make the bet of $450,000. It's a matter, will Matt smooth call here, or will he continue his line and make a raise? He makes a big raise.
He is. He's going to raise to $1 million, and that's going to get Ari out of the way. So Matt's going to take down that pot.
You can see this guy is here to play. He's playing for the title. He's not interested in getting autographs.
Now, I think I know where Matt might have gotten some of his poker knowledge. He was a college roommate with the one, the only Blair Hinkle. And we know Blair Hinkle's success here on the HPT, so I got a feeling there was probably some late-night sessions in the dorm room with those two gentlemen.
Late-night poker sessions in the dorm room.
Those were always the best. Ari's going to raise to $260,000 with his ace-jack. Matt's going to make the call with his connectors there, 10-9 offsuit.
And I expect both these players to be defending, making the call from the big blind with a wide range as well.
Flop is queen 9-4. It's a rainbow. Matt gets the best of it.
Both of these players know it's all about the flop. As you can see, Matt out flopping.
Turn card now is the queen of spades.
Knowing now he probably has the best hand, I expect him to make a value bet here, probably about half pot size, maybe 2 1/4.
Matt's going to bet $250,000.
Yep. Ari now, he's considering, do I have the best hand here with ace-jack? My opponent could have jack-10. There's a lot of hands he can still beat here, so he's going to call for value.
All right, so Ari does make the call. We go to the river card now. It's the deuce of hearts.
And Matthew probably, he can either make a marginal value bet here, or he could check to elicit a bluff from his opponent. Looking for that value. I guess he's trying to get called by ace high, the very hand that Ari has.
The bet is $400,000.
And he's the $400,000 into a $1 million pot. So it's only about a 40%. And he bets a little too heavy, and Ari sniffs it out and finds the muck.
All right, well, one of these two will go home with the title, the bracelet, and almost $133,000. Don't go too far. More action coming up next. Welcome back to the HPT. Heads Up Poker continues. It's James Larson alongside Ken and James. And Kenna, before we start the next hand, you as a poker coach, what is the most important thing to remember when you're about to sit down and play Heads Up?
Stay aggressive. You know, you want to really put your opponent to the decision, take initiative, take the lead in the hands, rather than just wait for, you know, premium cards.
So what happens if both players are super aggressive? I guess it just means a shorter heads-up match.
Absolutely.
Well, we got a couple of the best here, Matt Donaldson and Ari Engel. And you see the prize payout differences. There's a whole lot of cash on the line here. It's $133,000 for first and $82 and change for second. Ari's going to raise it up with his ace-queen to $260,000, and this hand could get interesting.
Absolutely. Both players with premium hands when we're talking about heads-up play. So I expect Matt to 3-bet this, and he does, to $725,000. Now, Ari can choose to try and get it all in right here or make the call in position, but he does, and I like this, re-raising to $1.5 million. This could get all in pre-flop right here, right now.
Action back to Matt, and he's going to go all in, and I think this is going to be a call by Ari, and we're going to flip over the cards, and Matt's going to see the bad news. He's behind as Ari's got the ace-queen going up against Matt's ace-10. We go to the flop, and look at that, Kenna.
My.
The 10 of spades right in the window.
Man, Ari has been up and down all night. Now he finds the cellar way behind as we go to the turn.
And that turn card is the 7 of diamonds. And now, Kenna, we are one card away from crowning Matt Donaldson as our new HPT champion.
Very stoic. He's only got to fade the river. To the river we go.
And the river card is the 5 of diamonds. Matt makes a flush, and that is going to do it. We have a brand new champion, Matt Donaldson from Kansas City, Missouri, as he hugs the fans in the audience. He's going home with almost $133,000.
How about that final hand, James? But, you know, that's the story of the night, really. Matt Donaldson started last in chips and brought it all the way home. It had to be tough for Ari losing that final hand, huh?
Going out in second place, congratulations to him. And Ari, what was going through your mind on that final hand?
I obviously wanted to win the last hand. It would have been really nice to win it. At the same time, I got really lucky to get as far as I did, so you're not going to hear me complaining.
Thanks so much, Ari, and once again, congratulations on your second place finish, just over $82,000, a job well done.
Absolutely, a great performance. And how about now Matt Donaldson? I'd like to ask him his perspective on that last hand. Matt?
When he 4-bet me originally, it was a really good spot for me to shove. I thought a 4-bet bluff after I'd 3-bet him multiple times in a row, I thought was coming. So I thought ace-10 of diamonds was really good to go with, so I went with it.
Well, that's going to do it. Congratulations, Matt Donaldson. You've got the title and the cash.
Yeah, congratulations to all our final table participants and everybody. A great thank you to all those who came out and participated in our event here in St. Charles.
It's always great to be smack dab in the middle of the Heartland. It was a lot of fun. Now, if you want to join us, it's very simple. All you have to do is log on to hptpoker.com, and who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the life-changing cash. For Ken and James, I'm James Larson, and we'll see you next time right here on the HPT.